So last weekend, my family decided to spice up our Friday night with the good old-fashioned game of charades. You know, some wholesome fun away from screens, just like the pioneers probably did, except with less dysentery and more pizza. We had my parents, my sister, her boyfriend, still trying to impress us, and my grandpa, who insisted on bringing his own notepad for keeping score, but mostly for doodling. Things started off pretty normal: movies, books, the occasional attempt at miming Sharknado, which looked more like interpretive drowning. But it didn't take long for things to get weird. When Grandpa's turn came, he stood up, adjusted his suspenders, and immediately started pantomiming what looked like aggressive paper shuffling. Then he pretended to squint at an invisible document, lick a finger, and flip an imaginary page. We guessed everything from the Da Vinci Code to filing a complaint at the DMV. He shook his head each time, getting increasingly animated, even miming writing numbers and occasionally sighing dramatically. My sister's boyfriend blurted out, "Are you doing your taxes?" And Grandpa just flashed a sly grin but kept going, now miming furious calculator tapping. After a solid 5 minutes of this, Grandpa started acting out what can only be described as itemized deductions interpretive debts. He mimed donating a couch, claimed to be depreciating a pretend office chair, and even fake called the IRS. My dad, not one to be upstaged, joined in, pretending to audit Grandpa's performance with a magnifying glass and a suspicious glare. At this point, the rest of us were crying laughing, and my mom had to pause the game to wipe away tears and ask, "Dad, what on earth are you doing?" Grandpa finally dropped the act, looked around at all of us, and said, "Well, I figured if you all were going to make me play this game, you might as well help me get through my taxes. Who wants to take a look at my Schedule C?" And that's how I learned that, in my family, charades is less about acting and more about acting out, specifically, acting out your tax returns and hoping someone else will audit your performance.